I feel like I'm supposed to care a lot more than I do about what's going on. Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Kuroko no Basket 2, Episode 11. And this episode is really simple. They play up this episode to be like the special moment in the series, but it's not really as special as they think it is. Just to sum up what happens, it's really easy to sum up what happens. Hyuga keeps missing, but eventually he gets his groove back and he makes a shot. Once he makes that shot, Saren starts making shots, and Kuroko keeps stealing balls from both teams, really. Hanamiya decides that Kuroko's the biggest threat there, so he tries to take him out, but it doesn't work. He pretends to get angry when in reality he's just proving why he is one of the uncrowned generals, since stealing the ball is all he's really done so far. And he does this teardrop shot over two guys, I think like Izuki and Hugh or someone, I don't really care. And then we have this typical Kuroko no Basket 1-point game. The author loves his close games. It's ridiculous. But in order to get past that 1-point game, because Saren was losing by that 1 point, they weren't winning. Kuroko decides that in order to get the lead, he needs to use his ultimate move, the friendship speech. And after doing his friendship speech, they somehow managed to score 7 points in 40 seconds without calling any timeouts. That's impossible, okay? Unless Kurosaki Daichi just stopped playing in general and literally just watched and let them score, then they can't score 7 points in 40 seconds without taking any timeouts, okay? Alright, there's no way Kurosaki Daichi is that bad that they can't play defense for 40 freaking seconds. That's ridiculous, okay? I think they tried a little bit too hard there, alright, to make this a not close game at the end, alright, but yeah, Saren ends up winning. They celebrate and I really didn't care. I didn't feel anything at all. They did enough to make me care about the game, but they didn't do nearly enough to make me care about them beating Hanamiya specifically and Kurosaki Daichi, okay? They just didn't do enough, okay? This is something that literally came out of nowhere, right? We knew Teppei had been injured, but we didn't know about the history between Saren and Kurosaki Daichi until right before the game started, right? So that there was no build-up or anything until the game was already announced. So they didn't. So them celebrating like this, like they just defeated their longtime rival in the game that was a game that's been like years in the making. Like that's not. They're celebrating like that's the case, but it's not. It's really not. It's something that literally just came up. Okay, so if they had hinted at it the moment Teppei got back, alright, then maybe I would care more. But they didn't. They didn't start talking about it until right before the game started. Okay, like an episode or two before. Alright, so I just didn't care. Right? It's not until after they beat Senshigan that they started all this stuff. Or was it? No, it was after it was after Shutoku. Right? That was it. After Shutoku. Kurosaki Daichi was shown to be in the bracket and they still didn't talk about it until 2 games in. Like, that's ridiculous. They didn't do nearly enough to make me care about them beating Kurosaki Daichi. Or at least not enough for me to care about them celebrating to that extent. Rico freaking crying and crap. That's ridiculous, okay? They haven't done nearly enough to make me care. Alright, that's just how things are. You can dislike the video all you want, but that's the truth. Alright, they haven't done enough. Alright. They made Hanamiya look like this lame sore loser guy, which is annoying since he was the only enjoyable part of this match. The Shutoku game was much better, and Shutoku won against Senshigan as well, which was obvious. But that's it for the episode. Kind of disappointing. There's some stuff that happened after that, but it's nothing really important. It's just more talk, you know, and we learned something we already knew about all the generation of miracles being in the Winter Cup. That's it. Like we already knew that though. So nothing after Shutoku winning is important really. All right, but that's it for the episode. I mean, it was really simple. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, personally, I didn't care, but I won't let that stop me from giving it a fair rating. If I was doing this if I was rating it based off of enjoyment alone, I would have given it a 5, but in terms of quality, the actual rating, it's a 6 out of 10. Alright, it was an okay episode. In terms of what happened in the game, nothing really good happened. It was just a typical game. Half the game was just talking and flashbacks and stuff. That's it. That's what half the game was. So the only thing that really stands out as far as like actual gameplay that happened was Hanamiya making that teardrop and Kuroko doing the impossible pass that like curves up like that after the friendship speech. When it comes to shonen, a friendship speech makes anything possible. So yeah, but you know, it's just, to be honest, I should be giving it at most a 5.5 out of 10, but in order to not seem completely biased, I'm giving it a 6. Alright, but that's it for now, you guys. This episode of Kuroko no Basket gets a 6 out of 10. Right? That's just how it is. It just was not that good of an episode. Alright, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go